Hey, happy
Yay!
Thursday. How we doing? All right.
Good. Woo! Woo! All excited.
Yeah, Do you know? I'm excited for this week. I look forward to my Thursdays every single week to spend time with my besties.
You nearly said Peter, didn't you?
I'll
With
let you know
Peter.
when they
Yeah.
arrive. When they arrive, I'll give them the same compliments. But no,
Oh,
it's great. Honestly, I look forward to
wow.
it every
Wow.
single week. Love you both. How's your week been? Good.
No.
Peter, tell tell
No.
everybody how
No.
your week's
My
been.
my wife has had the audacity to leave me in charge for a week, and I'm faltering. I'm not feeding the kids appropriately. I'm getting in late from work, and I'm doing DIY and jamming my thumb. So no, I'm pissed off. But thanks for asking. It's nice. Yeah.
That's all right. But what did you jam your thumb doing? Because it's basically to do with your hobby, isn't it?
Screw you, Charlie. Yeah, I built two cabinets that I've ordered, two fancy cabinets, got them built, and then went to put the shelves in and realised the bastards hadn't drilled the holes in for the shelves. So I had to unbuild them, get them to send us another part, and then build them again, lift them onto my plinth, jam me fucking finger, sweating me tits off, and yeah. It's not a pretty sight. I was naked at one point, standing on a table, and realised my window curtains were open, so that wasn't nice.
Was that the video that you went live with only for me and Andy?
Yeah. It's like Shamu. Yeah.
That was it. It was like the Sea World of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Andy, how have you been, mate?
Mate, a lot better than what Peter's been, by the sounds of things. I wasn't naked on top of a table. Not until the weekend, but no, it's. I've had an okay. I had a nice Easter and short week, so can't complain.
Good. Yeah, I've still got a bunch of. You all right, there, mate?
Excuse me. It was just a little. It was a little cough.
Shamood, just Shamood the Abu.
Shamu just blew my eardrum. That's what Shamu just did. Fucking hell, right, should we try that again? I've got a boatload of chocolate down there that my kids haven't eaten yet, so I'll probably might get through that. The thing is, Easter eggs go down to about £1 a day after, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But we're buzzing for this week. Good comic choices last week. Or were they? The chat's been going well since 8:57 when Edvic joined on. It's Thursday. Let's go. Looking forward to this one. Oi, Savaloys. I had a Savaloy the other day. It was lovely. Bonjour, Chris. How are we doing? Yeah. What are you shaking your head for?
I can't do. I'm a bit funny about sausages. Sausages. I'm a bit funny about sausages in general, but Savaloys are even worse. They're like a weird kind of. That's the red ones with the plastic skin, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're on another show there, Pete. This is called the Killer Comics, not the Killer Savaloys.
Guys, I just googled Savaloy and I can confirm that it's not work safe.
Yeah, it's rank.
Evening, Leon. How you doing, mate? Good evening. Let's go. Bonjour, Fuzzy. Fuzzy, I hope you are well. Hope you're doing okay. Rest up and just sit back and enjoy the show. It should be a good one. Good evening, Dr. Von Hoot. I will mention. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for joining. Yuko demands treats. One day, the dog will get the treats, and it will be Yuko's had his treats. That'll be done. And who can forget the sweaty video you all made together?
Does he know something that...
Has he been looking at what private vids?
Was the camera rolling? I thought we turned it off. And we've got Jason McFowle. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, and how it couldn't be a show without the inappropriate Mr. Wayne Deacon. So thank you very much for joining us, Wayne. I wonder what spontaneous outburst you're going to have this evening. We will look forward to that. So anyway, guys, as always, we start this show in the best way possible. You would have seen the Instagram post. We picked 3 amazing covers. One of us will win, and then we can boast about it at the end of the show, and no one wins anything. But without further ado. I've got to thank Tom for them. We've done that in about 40 minutes, I think, on a train journey, because he lives in the Shire, and I think it takes him 62 hours to get to civilization from Cornwall. So he had some time in his hands to do that. But Killer Covers, April 3rd. Can't believe we're in April already. All months into 2024. Where's this time?
Definitely April 3rd. this week.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I don't want to get told off like I did last week. It's definitely April 3rd. We didn't have no kickback from the Hillary Clinton jokes we made last week, which is always
Good.
so. That was it. That was kind of
That
enjoyable.
was the least of our worries, to be fair, last week.
I think it was. But yeah, April 3rd was yesterday. New comic book day. 3 covers we picked up first.
Oh, I'm first this time.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
mixed
first,
up.
yeah.
I like it. I like it. I went for X-Men issue number 33 by Marvel. This is the Unknown Comics David Nakayama foil Virgin variant. I think this cover is absolutely stunning. David Nakayama must be the busiest guy in comics.
100%.
Maybe probably second to Scottie Young, probably in the amount of covers that come out. But this one really caught my eye. This is beauty. I love it. And yes, I think this is the cover of the week. Chaps, tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong. Like, I think David Nakayama he's on everything at the moment. And some people might say, yeah, his stuff's similar, but I don't really give a shit because his stuff is awesome. Like, and for me, his signature is one of the best signatures out there. And this is just, this is, I would say this is my favourite Nakayama. Actually, it's close. There was a Poison Ivy one he done. I think it was for Poison Ivy 18. That was awesome. But yeah, I think you've struck gold here, mate. I think this is awesome.
Do you think the full cover will be foil, or do you just think it'll be elements of it? I was thinking maybe like the fire bit behind her might just be foil.
That would be very cool. Yeah.
What is that? What is that bit on the top right? I can't work that out.
It's a thumbprint.
What is it? I'm trying to...
Is it the moon or a planet? Oh, is it not the phoenix eating a planet? Is that what the image is meant to be?
Might be. But yeah, nevertheless, I think it's an awesome cover. Pete, what do you think? The only thing is her foot looks a bit weird. That's the only thing.
Oh, now that you've pointed at it.
Sorry, mate.
Hey, David, if you're watching, could you tell us, 1, what the black thing is on the top right-hand side, and number 2, what size shoes?
It's more of a hoof than a foot, isn't it?
Oof, oof.
This has irritated us. You've both irritated us, actually, because I need to get better with the game, because you guys were like bang straight in with your covers, and picked 2 stunners. I can't deny that. I think this is stunning. It's got 2 of my favourite things, PVC and boots. So yeah, I'm all over it.
You know what? That's your downfall when you're building your shelves.
It is.
They're in PVC and boots, Pete.
The heels let us get the top. You know, that's the thing. But yeah, no. I think this is absolutely stunning. I love the way it genuinely looks like PVC on the red, like the sheen. Yeah. Do you know how he's managed to capture like the shine of it? But now you've mentioned it, Charlie, I really can't get around what that like half circle of red. It's like, do you know when they put like an award on it, like a big gold star or something like that? Is it? Yeah. I bet that's the foil bit, Andy. I bet the rest's not foil. It's got like a gold Asda price sticker on it or something. Do you know what I mean?
It's like a thumbprint from an alien.
Yeah. It is. Just find one with cake on, Peter. There you go. But yeah, X-Men 33, Unknown Comics. It's Unknown Comics, and I think there's another two comic shops that he's partnered with for this one as well. But this is the David Nakayama. I've gone for this. Oh, look at this. Star Wars issue number 45. This is the John Tyler Christopher, the Boba Fett negative wash virgin variant. You know me by now. I don't really. I'm like the negative spaces. Some are good, some are bad. This one for me just stood out straight away. I was like, this just looks like it's been printed in a red room. It's been hung out to dry, and it's literally fucking awesome. Love this. Like, honestly, I know, Andy, you're a massive fan of Boba Fett, and I can understand why. Like, this is just awesome. Like, this is his web store exclusive variant, but this is wicked, man. Like, this, if there was ever a Star Wars cover to get me into the comics, this would be it.
I love it. I really do. You could be forgiven to think that this is like a cosplay. Is that well done?
Yeah.
I don't think John Tyler Christopher gets a lot of credit for his ability to draw, but if you look at his early stuff,
we've lost you there, mate. Really.
check.
That was it. Hey, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I do like it. I like it a lot. I think I like the John Taylor Christopher books. I like these kind of negative space issues. It's really, really cool. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think it's definitely a one to jump on. Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Andy.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah,
Stop that.
there we go. Them dulcet tones are back in the room.
Sorry about that. Yes, this could be a cosplay. I'll rewind to what I was saying before. It's that well done. The only reason I didn't go for this, I've ordered this, but the only reason I never went for it is because I think he done Boba Fett, 2 Boba Fett covers recently, and I thought they were slightly better because he's done this before, the sort of green wash with Baby Yoda, not so long ago. But yeah, I love this. It's definitely going in the collection for me.
Fuzzy has said JTC needs to have a word with himself.
How come?
Interesting.
You not approve?
No. Von Hooter said pass. Wayne Deacon has said it's nice, just not a fan of the green. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I mean, I'm not a massive John Tyler Christopher fan, but I mean, this for me was just, I thought, yeah, do you know what? Something different piqued my interest. I'm going to go for it. So that's my Star Wars 45, the JTC, Boba Fett, Web Store, Negative Wash, Virgin Variant. Bloody hell, that's a mouthful. Oh, there it is.
Okie dokie. So, gentlemen. This is supposed to be a section where we're representing, we're like the cover art. So it's not about popular characters and things like that. So I've kind of gone for something a little bit left field. It probably is a book that I would imagine not many people are reading. I've read a few issues of it. It's not bad, actually. But this is not a character I know of or anything like that. It's purely a jump out cover for us. It's a bit like, you guys used to say, if you passed it on the shop, would it entice you to pick the book up and have a little look-see? And that's absolutely what this does for me. It's a cool looking priest guy, and then he's got these kind of ghostly hands. I like the colour palette on the ghost hands. It looks a little bit, you guys seen Lord of the Rings, the last one where they come on the ship? That kind of ghost coming out of him. So I just thought it really jumped out, and Andy had picked the book I would have gone for. So yeah, so that's why I went for this one.
I'm getting pure Peter Capaldi vibes.
Yeah.
100%.
I love the colour work. I love the green against the black, I think it's very, very striking. Even if, like I say, even if you don't know anything about the book, if you like your ghost stories and your horror, it jumps out,
Yeah. This is, and you've been reading this book. Has it been good?
I read, I think it was the first 5 issues or something, and then I have to be honest, I trailed off a little bit. It's a bit weird, but it was an interesting read. I will pick it up and catch up, I think, at some point.
No, awesome. Andy?
I think what I liked about this choice, Peter, was the fact that I didn't know who the artist was.
Yeah.
And what it got me to do was to go and check his Instagram. And if you have a look at his Instagram, I'll drop his Instagram link in the chat just now after the show. Have a look at this, guys. Some of the stuff that he's done is fantastic, and you would probably recognise some of the covers and just not realise it was him that done it. Yeah. So he done Harley Quinn 37.
Yeah.
And on his Instagram, you'll see that cover. It is superb. So this is an artist that I think everybody should be keeping an eye on, because some of the artwork that he's got is superb.
Yeah.
And now, when you look for a 125 comic, this has got everything to it. Like, it's got the detailing. You kind of, and as it's done probably what it did, because you didn't know who the artist was. You've checked him out, and now you're kind of invested. So I think you've picked a very, very good one here, Pete. And I'm looking forward. I didn't even know about like Ghost Lords. So I'm looking forward to reading it off of the back of you picking this. So yeah, thanks very much. Fuzzy has said he has a variant for issue 3 of Gargoyle of Gotham. That's him. That's the one. Yeah, agreed. Fuzzy, very Constantine. Fuzzy, very active today. This is very similar to the recent Hellblazer covers. That's what I thought when I see it initially. Regarding the JTC, it's hardly exciting. Doesn't excite or inspire me to pick it up, sadly. Each to their own, very well. But Kevin has said, I wouldn't pay 1 in 25 money for it, though. What is a 1 in 25? What are we looking about? 50 quid?
No, you probably pay less than that. You probably pay, but maybe 20, 30 quid? 20, 30 maybe? Okay. In fairness, like, how many shops are buying 25 copies of Ghost War?
Exactly. So
yeah. But the vote is over now, over on the community tab, not on the community tab, on the live vote for the show, and then we will find out who wins at the end. I think it's going to be a pretty close one. I don't think, having looked at your two, I don't think I'm in contention with it, but I'm happy for that to happen because the other two comics are fantastic. So there we go. Yeah, look, there we go. No, agreed. JTC can do. You can do one. Right? You do one. Hey? You upset me now, even though I don't think my cover's just as good, but yeah, it's fine. Each to their own, whatever. I'm in the mood now.
It's an hump.
I'm only joking. Right, so the comics that got the vote last week: X-Men 97, issue number 1, and then we've got Feral issue number 1 as well from the same creative team as Stray Dogs, Tony Fleets and Trish Forstner. Yeah, we've got this week 13, which is obviously last week. So jumping straight in, there were so many
mental
covers for this. Obviously, everyone that followed Stray Dogs a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think will know how many covers came out. There was second prints, third prints, and they were still coming out a month and a half after the comic was released. I've picked 8 of them. The main cover is... No, it's not Patrick Hovarth. Sorry, I've totally missed that. That's Trish Forstner that's done that. Then you've got the majority of them are movie covers.
Yeah.
The movie covers homage. You've got the Blair Witch Project homage. You've got the Night of the Living Dead. You've got the Witch. We have the Jaws. It. The Exorcist, which is my favourite one.
I love the Jaws one. I think that's great.
Jaws is Scotty Young. That's by Scotty Young.
Is it?
Yes, the Jaws is the Scotty Young. I was surprised when I see that as well. The Exorcist, which is my favourite one, and then obviously Something is Killing the Children homage as well. Written by Tony Fleets and art by Trish Forstner. This came out last week. Who would like to take it away first? Andy?
Oh God. Okay. So I did mention on another show that I didn't enjoy this issue as much as everybody seems to have, and I got an absolute.
Can I just ask what other show you was on?
I wasn't on. I was in the chat.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was supporting the community, Charlie. Like you should.
Yeah.
You're too busy working. It doesn't matter. But yes, there was a few people in the chat that ganged up on me, and it was like, you know, how dare you have a view that's not the same as mine?
To be fair, I think people were pointing out that your track record of late has been a bit shoddy, Andy. You know, you criticised. You know, you
that I don't agree with what everybody else says.
No, people got very upset when you said that Beneath the Trees was filler, didn't they? And people haven't forgot that.
No, they haven't.
Andy, I've got your back, mate. I've got your back. I've got your back. I don't know how I've got your back, but I've got you.
Cheers, bro. Okay, so let's start with Stray Dogs, shall we? You know, this was a series that birthed a million homage covers, and we all loved it because it tickled that nostalgia, and the covers were fantastic. We were emotionally connected to those poor little puppies. We didn't want anything to happen to them, and it was something new that we hadn't seen before. But cats, seriously, who's a cat person? Like, come on,
right?
Apart from Charlie. Anyway.
Charlie
listen.
No.
Yes, you know exactly.
Too easy.
I do. I know exactly what
Number.
You're
Listen. Stray Dogs absolutely stopped you in your tracks. Everybody was talking about it. The story, the kind of the shock, the horror, because you didn't want anything to happen to those poor little puppies. Feral just seems as if they've brought it out because of the success of that book, and they've thought, look, we need to do something in the natural progression. They've done dogs, so they're going to do cats. But what's next? And this story just felt like a poor Homeworld's Bound for me. It was like, do we really need cat-themed horror in our lives? And in this issue, if it wasn't those guys that done Stray Dogs that had done it, I don't think anybody would have cared.
Mm-hmm.
And when you compare this to the likes of Beneath the Trees and to Stray Dogs, I just think it was a really poor first issue that really done nothing for me. And that's why I don't agree with everybody's consensus about it. It wasn't for me. and I'm
do you know
hoping issue
what?
2 improves.
Well, do you know what? Like, honestly, look, Ron Hoot said this is going to sound crazy, but I enjoy with Andy. Fuzzy said
Are
I
you
enjoyed
sure?
it. I enjoyed this. Did exactly what I wanted it to. Groundbreaking, no. Disappointing, definitely not. Dead Man has said enjoyed this. That centre pick where he fell out of the tree, so cinematic. It was indeed. Sorry, Andy, it wasn't personal. Don't got me. That is tremendous, but there's very little tension. The art, rather. Goldfish, perhaps. And then Dead Man has said, don't know whether it can be an ongoing though. And then Edvic has lastly said, harsh to compare the two of the best books in the last 2 years, to be fair. Do you know what? I'm going to go back. Andy, I think, mate, me, you, and Pete, I speak to you guys probably more than I speak to my wife on a regular basis. We are in cahoots every single day, bar a few hours, right? Going all the way back to, I think Stray Dogs. What was Stray Dogs? Was Stray Dogs last year or 2022? I think it was
2022, I
I
think.
want to say 2022. I remember having a conversation with Andy, and he read the first one, and I also think it was James' comic deal as well, and he was like, "What is this? I'm not interested in this." They came round. So I've got high hopes that Andy's going to come round on this. I do think it is a cash grab because I think they're pulling at the heartstrings, and they kind of started something with Stray Dogs. You kind of got so many stories coming out about animals and different stuff. Obviously, would Beneath the Trees have been so popular if it wasn't for Stray Dogs? I doubt it. I think that kind of paved the way, and everyone was kind of like, "Oh, we're looking forward to this. What else? What other animals are going to come out and stuff like that?" I did enjoy this. I've got to agree with Fuzzy. I don't think it's going to win any awards, but I really, really enjoyed it. There was like cinematic parts in it. There was like moments in it, like the panel I've picked at the end where the cat's eyes are turning red because you know that throughout that fight that she had with a fox or something, she's been bitten. So she's going to turn, or one of the other cats is going to have to kill her and stuff like that. So it's just stuff like that that's really, really enjoyable. And again, where he fell out of the tree straight into a fox, I just thought it was fun. I thought it was enjoyable. I loved it. I thought like the little kitten that comes out at the end is like energetic and crazy and stuff like that. I'm already warming to him because I'm thinking something's going to obviously happen to him. He's going to kind of be. It's either going to be down to him that he dies or they all survive and stuff like that. I just thought it was great. It was an enjoyable read. It's not going to win any awards. It's not groundbreaking, but it was fun and I enjoyed it, and that's what I wanted from it, and it was great.
I'm happy you're happy, Charlie.
Thank you, mate.
I need to pick up on Edvic's comment here. Could you bring it up just for a little second?
Of course I can. Let me give you. Is it this
So
one?
it's hard. Wait a minute. It's harsh to compare to the best book. So it's harsh for me to compare the book that was written by the same person and drawn by the same person, a book that is based on animal themed horror, and I'm comparing it. But how can that be harsh for me to compare it? I think that's a good comparison. No. So Ed, you're wrong. That's right.
Go on. Yeah, look. Von Hoot, it's Walking Dead with cats. It's got tons of potential, but the start really doesn't wow me. Okay, fair enough. I'm definitely sticking with it for a few issues at the very least. Kevin has said, I like the Disney mixed art with horror. And then Edvic has said he's fishing. No, that's
I knew you would.
that's the next arc. We've got Stray Dogs, Stray Feral,
Goldfish.
And we've got Plop.
Yeah,
there we go.
that'd be
That's
good.
what it's going to be.
Copyright that.
Copyright that. Plop. There we go. So yes, but and do you know what I enjoyed about this? It's in the woods, and the Pooniverse is now taken off. They've got like the new Bambi film that's starting. So you know what? It's like Bambi Reckoning and stuff. Have you not seen that?
Yeah. I've seen the trailer for it. Yeah.
The Whoverse?
The
Pooverse.
Pooverse, yeah, Pooverse.
I thought that's what you said. I just needed to confirm it.
I've just changed it to my Cockney twang. It's now called the Pooniverse. Why not? Do you know what? That's it. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Mr. YouTube himself, what do you think?
So, I enjoyed this. I thought this was a good start to the series. I like the art style. It's very similar to Stray Dogs in style. It kept us interesting throughout. Did it blow us away? No, I think Andy's right there. It didn't knock my socks off. But what I would say is, based on Andy's comments on Saturday night, I went back and read Stray Dogs. in truth be told, the first issue, that doesn't blow us away either.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a canny comic. Do you know what I mean? It's when you read it in its entirety that it really kind of jumps out at you. And I think that's what this will do. Is this an ongoing or is it a mini-series?
I want to say, yeah.
See, that worries us. The fact that it's an ongoing worries us. I think I would have been rather of a 4-issue, 5-issue mini-series or something. But yeah, and I was also intrigued because I think these guys are masters at a complicated narrative that you maybe don't pick up at first. So there's lots of stuff in this where the cat's talking about, I think she dreams at one point or sees sort of vision at one point about another animal saying, tell him what you did and things like that. And I think it's leading to a bigger arc with them, that something's happened in their past. So yeah, it's got us intrigued. I'm not a cat person, but I like the concept. I'm a big fan of rabies. That sounds terrible. I do like rabies-based stuff. There was a great TV series when I was a nipper, probably before you.
Worse.
That's not any better, Peter.
What did I say?
Well, I was saying the other day, and it was rabies-based with some pastrami and mayonnaise.
Lovely bit of squirrel. So
Babies-based things.
there was a TV series called All Creatures Great and Small. Do you know if you saw that?
Yeah.
And that was about that. Yeah, I am. That was about a rabies outbreak in the UK, and it was terrifying. I think this has got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, Andy. It's not a comic, a first issue that you immediately think, Christ, I've got to read on. But I'll certainly give this 3 or 4 issues. See how it goes.
I enjoyed Stray Dogs from about issue 2 or 3, I think it was. But then I enjoyed it again thoroughly as a trade paperback. So I definitely think they've got their place in the market. They know what they're doing. They're going to tug at the heartstrings of the animal lovers and stuff. It works. If it's not broken, why fix it? It's a cash grab.
Yeah,
but it's going to be good.
I would say, mind that again, being an old fart, the amount of variant covers for this really cheeses us off. It's too much for every bloody issue. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I've just looked at issue number 4, and there's 12 covers for that already. Like, do you know what I mean? And that doesn't
for
come
an issue
out
4. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
that doesn't come out until June the 19th.
And a slightly more positive note from my side, I did really love that second page that's up on screen, where the guy falls on the cat or whatever it was, the fox. I thought that was the most sort of horrific, scary part of it. So if they can have more of that sort of element in it, I think issue 2 would definitely pick up that for me.
Definitely. And then Von Hooter said, by contrast, the Ghost Machine books this week blew my socks off. I have read, I can't remember what one I read. It wasn't Redcoat, but I read one of them. And what was it? No, it was the other one to that. The other one that Jeff Johns or whoever wrote and did. But it was awesome. It was really, really good. So yeah, looking forward to that. I found it much more enjoyable in a second read when I really drank it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Ryan Riley, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. Deadman, wasn't Plot a Mad Magazine ripoff back in the day? Yeah. That's probably where I got it from. Rook, that's the one. That's it. That's in our sneak peeks for next week. So yes. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's what it is. Looking forward to reading on. Up next, we've got X-Men 97 issue number 1, written by Steve Fox and the art is by Salvador Espin. Main cover by Todd Nulch, David Bowden variant. We've got the Sleeping Giants Hyla Kirkham homage, and then we've got the Russell Dalton variant cover. Pete, I know you've been watching the TV series and so have I. This is a prelude to that. Would you like to take it away? Because I know you watched I think we had a conversation, you watched the TV series, but I mean, people were going mad about, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm with you on that. It's X-Men. It's okay. It's nothing to massively shout about. It's enjoyable.
So have you seen the latest issue?
No, I think I'm one episode behind.
So it's really interesting. First 2 issues were okay. They weren't bad. They weren't great. It didn't out for us really. Loved the 3rd issue. Yeah. I thought last night's episode was dog shit. It was crap. So yeah. First off, with this book, why is this is a prelude. Why is it coming out 3 weeks after the cartoon started airing? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's mental. Crackers. Okay, so this is a prelude to the animated series. It's exactly what it says on the tin. I'm very much mindful of the stuff Fuzzy's said in the chat previously about books not necessarily being aimed at us. I read this, but I don't think it was for me. Do you know what I mean? It felt very, I want to say not childish, it was a very easy read in some regards. Basically, it centres around I can't really tell you what it centres around. The X-Men arguing with Cyclops and Wolverine. They go to a Alison Blair concert, Dazzler, and they get into a little bit of a shenanigans and a bit of fisticuffs now and then. It's all right. It's what it is. I didn't particularly. That's not my favourite style of artwork. But I think for kids getting into X-Men, this is perfectly acceptable. But I guess I would just say that it's not my kind of book. That said, I'd probably read this over some of the current X-Men shit.
Yeah. Andy, mate, well, I mean, you're a bit like me. You're not massively into your X-Men, are you?
So, are we sitting down and we're relaxing, guys?
Yes.
I haven't watched any of the new stuff, and I don't think I've watched any of the old stuff.
Wow.
From start to finish. So I'm just putting a little bit of a premise on what I'm going to say about this comic. So my understanding is, as you said, this is like a sort of prelude to the upcoming TV show, which everybody seemed to be raving about. I think I'm more invested in the individual characters, or at least some of them, rather than the X-Men as a whole. I kind of enjoyed the movies as well. They were okay. Yeah. I just don't understand the point of this book. If you're going to have it's the same kind of artwork style, you're going to have the same sort of storylines, the simplicity of it and the sameness of it. There's nothing different that kind of elevates it from what we've already seen before in the past, what we've got at the moment. So it's just more of the same for me, and for someone who's not invested as other people might be, and what's the nostalgia of it, I think that's what lost me in this book. It just seemed a little bit pointless, and I didn't know why things were happening and what the relevance was. So for me, this is a one and done for me. I don't think I'll be come back.
Yeah.
I'm a bit on the fence with this one because I watched the first 2 episodes of the TV series, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. It's just retelling the story of X-Men. And then issue number 3, I thought was enjoyable. I've got issue number 4 to watch. But I'm with you. If you're going to release a comic that's a prelude to a TV series, you've got to do it at least 2 or 3 weeks before, not 2 or 3 weeks after. This, for me, was very much like watching the TV series through a comic book. It was nothing major. It's the same old shit, really. Wolverine and Cyclops not getting on there, fighting for Jean Grey's heart. There was a panel in it where Jean Grey tells Scott that she's pregnant, and Wolverine was literally waiting outside. He just literally slumped down like a sad little boy. It was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to go back to wanking in a sock now. What am I going to do? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just... I don't even think it was needed. I don't think this comic is. I don't even think if you got the TV series and you're enjoying that, you're not going to read this as well. And to be fair, even though there was not much context to it about everyone wanting to attend this stupid concert. It was just a bit of a shit read. Do you know what I mean? Like, after reading Feral, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I thought, yeah, I'll read this. I struggled with this. I stopped halfway through, went and did something else, and then went back to it. And sometimes, normally when that happens, I've already lost interest, and I kind of think, I've already lost interest before I started this. Why am I going to go back to it and read it? And I just found it a struggle. I just thought it was like Cyclops and Wolverine fighting in like this. It just didn't do anything. There were some panels in it that I really liked the artwork. Like the panel on the right-hand side was like Wolverine and stuff. But other than that, I think it would have been... I was enjoying the Wolverine parts a bit more, and if it was just a sole Wolverine comic done in this, maybe I'd enjoy it more. But I just can't. X-Men, it just confuses the life out of me. I like some of the films. I totally give up with like the time continuation and stuff of all that. I just watch the films for the enjoyability of it. But other than that, this comic was just no. I think I'm done. I don't see the point in carrying on with it.
I'll definitely not be reading on unless we pick it for this show. It's not a book I'll pick up and read.
Like if this was to run alongside the TV show and carry on from like when an episode finished, it then went into the comic book and then it picked up on the next episode. That's a good way to do it because you're kind of constantly you're watching the TV show, then you're engaging with the comic book and you're kind of not missing stuff. But I think they've missed the trick doing that. Why would you? Because I can't see where issue number 2 goes from this because it's already going to be behind. It's already going to be 3 episodes behind. So, like me, I'm going to be like, well, why am I going to bother reading it? I'll just watch the TV show.
Or this could have been like an alternative ending. So, like, when episode 1 is finished, they say go pick up the comic and see an alternative ending. And a preview of the second episode. That's a cool idea,
It could have been, but I mean, I think, what's the chat saying about this? Von Hooter said, don't sleep on Red Coat, it's tremendous.
Okay.
I think last week when we said that, we all switched off. We was like, whatever, you English version of bloody Captain Johnny Depp, what's his name? In Pirates
Jack
of the
Sparrow.
Caribbean. Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm still wounded. I upset my pal, Andy. There we go. Ed Vic. Got it. Opened it. Closed it. Fuzzy Dunlap. This felt very preteen to me. It was an average, easy to read X-Men story. I doubt I'll buy anymore. I'm with you on that one, mate. The other one, Primal, I actually quite liked. I actually enjoyed that, to be fair. DC, something different. Bit basic, but enjoyed it. I'm similar, Andy, but I do like the cartoon. I wouldn't get the comic, mind you. There we go. And there we have, I'm not an X-Men guy. The new show doesn't really do much for me. However, the recent Weapon X book wasn't that bad. There we go. So I think we can all agree that if they'd done something better with this comic, we might have picked it up. But they've missed the trick with making this tie-in to the TV show, which is unfortunate. But is what it is. Not every comic's a winner. This one clearly fucking wasn't.
I was just going to say, guys, what I love recently, especially I think this year it's kind of kicked off a lot, is that everybody like getting involved in the chat are actually recommending books. That, you know, and I think that's what I rely on now is what other people are saying, because I think we all kind of like the same kind of comics, you know, you know. No,
yeah, definitely, and that's why like it's the interaction that we do it for. So if there's any comments that you kind of want us to review and that we're missing out on, like, I love a good suggestion. So yeah, tell me. I'd rather read one of your suggestions than this shit. So yeah, why not? Crack on. There we go. So up next, the killer indie picks for April 10th. So this is the comics we're picking for next week. Up first, Rat City.
Rat City. Yes, this was my pick. I went for Rat City issue number 1. This is written by Erica Schultz and Z Carlos is the artist. And this is connected to the sort of Spawn McFarlane-esque world. So Peter Cairn is an ex-soldier, an amputee, and a hellspawn in a post-war future. But Peter's not dead like Al is. Peter got his spawn powers from the nanites or nanites in his prosthetic legs. Nanites, nanites? Nanites. That were affected when Al Simmons initiated his necroplasmic detonation in the present. Al had no clue that the effects would ripple across not just one space, but all of time as well. So I thought it was quite an intriguing synopsis of this one. It's kind of taking the powers that Spawn would have and then just giving it to a human being, and one that's obviously an amputee and has a disability. So I thought it'd be quite cool to read the first issue and see what that's like. So that's why I'm picking up.
It reminds me a little bit, although it's Spawn related. There was another book I read recently about again rat themes. What was that? Junkyard Rat or Junkyard Rabbit or something?
Junkyard something. Yeah.
That similar kind of story about a character who had all these abilities and powers based on technology attaching to them and things set in the future. I think that cover mind is stunning. I love the cover. It's got us intrigued.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, who is that cover artist, Andy? Do we know?
I do not.
It is gorgeous though. It is a very, very good one. Yep, Spawn 2099. I'm vaguely interested. Great pick there. Oh, really?
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know. I just, you know what? I want this to be good so badly. Do you know what I mean? I'm praying that this is going to turn a corner and it's going to be okay. Just okay. That's all I
Can I
want.
just say, right? I haven't read issue number 2 because my good friend Andy read it and sent me through some images, and I was like, no. I've got an 11-year-old that does better homework than Drew Moss does the internal art, right?
So this is issue number 3, yeah?
Yeah. This is issue 3.
Number 2. Sorry, I've got that wrong.
Yeah. Do you know what? I had another screen opened up, and I was looking up the artist, the cover artist, and then I came back to this, and I could hear what you were saying, and then I seen the cover, and I went, "How dare you, Peter?"
No, I'm giving it another go. Issue 3 is my cut-off point. Snarf comes back in issue 3 apparently, so issue 3 is my cut-off. If this issue's cack, then that's it, done, and I'm going to go to Declan's house and have words.
Do you know the thing that really pissed me off about this though, mate, is that this again was another cash grab. They jumped on the get all the 80s TV shows, get them going and stuff like that. Transformers is the one that's peaked. Duke's peaked. Cobra Commander's peaked and stuff like that. Snarf can't say. Yeah, look, Snarf can't say this chart. There we go. Look at that.
There's a comment the other day.
Look at that. Awesome. And I just so wanted this to be good. Like, there was so much hype about it, and then it was kind of like, it's dynamite. Is this going to be the best that it can be? And I think, Andy, you were the one that, like, this is going to fall flat. This is 100% going to fall flat. And you're 100% right. Like, the cover art is fantastic. But my concern is that if I'm a cover artist and I'm doing amazing stuff, do I want to be associated with the shit that's in it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think cover artists
Give a shit.
ask a cover artist, I guess, would have to,
Yeah.
but like as long as they're getting paid, they don't really.
Yeah.
It's interesting you're saying that, Andy, because I remember we had a conversation on here a couple of months back now about trade dress and how it impacts and spoils the cover art. So I asked my good friend Alex Cormack what he thought about doing an image, and he said basically couldn't give a shit. It's getting paid for the cover, so it doesn't bother him in the slightest.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fair enough. I guess we go over this in detail and we love it, and sometimes I guess we forget that really for some people it's just a job, and they're just churning stuff out. Not that I'm saying that's what Alex does, but do you know what I mean? For some people it's a living, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the big thing about this is that, again, it's retelling the story of the Thundercats and stuff, but it is done. Like, Drew Moss has done some really, really good stuff, but for Thundercats, he's done fuck all by the looks of it. Yeah. If I'm being honest, I mean, Pete, you met Declan Shalvey at the Comic-Con, didn't you? And then what did he say about his art? What did he say about the art that he did?
He just looked at us like I was insane. And now that I've gone back and realised I was talking to him about artwork and he's actually the writer, that makes perfect sense. That he was looking at us like I was a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean?
And Declan is a really, really nice guy. I've met Declan a few times. He's obviously from the south.
I mean, I was giving him blank covers, draw me cover. And he was like, no, I'm not. Of course he's not. He's a fucking writer, isn't he?
Leave me alone.
But, maybe this issue number 3, when it comes up, maybe it will be good. I'll read issue number 2 and I'll read this and see where it's at. But if it's anything to go by the art in the previous issues, would this be better? Would this be better if it was Daniel Warren Johnson doing the art?
The artwork's a big part of this,
yeah.
But I have to say the story's not engaging.
Not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
Turn that question round. Would this be perceived as being better if Transformers had never happened?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Maybe.
What do you think in the chat? If Transformers hadn't happened, would we be giving this as much negative feedback?
I think Fuzzy's hit it on the head for me. So I've said this before. If I think of all the 80s cartoons, and I know I talk a lot about He-Man and Transformers, Thundercats was my favourite. That's what I'm most invested in.
Yeah.
And I don't recognise anything in this comic. That's my issue.
Yeah.
They don't sound like they sounded in my head or on the cartoon or on the page. It's like completely different characters to the point where I don't like some of them. It's irritating.
That's exactly it. I read the comic as the characters of how I knew growing up on a TV show. The fact that by issue 2 they didn't sound like the Thundercats in my head means it's garbage writing of the highest order. I think so. And I think, like, when you're doing this, the writer and the artist have got to take that into consideration. They've got to take in that people grew up on these things, so they have to at least relate to them in some way.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, you've kind of already, like, half the battle's lost. Edvic, no, this is turd. You can't polish a turd. Such a shame, though. It is indeed. But, you know, issue 3 might turn it all around. It might be absolutely amazing. In a couple of weeks, we might be sitting here thinking, way. I doubt it. But, you know, we live in hope.
Yeah.
Beneath the trees where nobody sees. Issue number 5. Sam's foe was quick and mighty clever. Now Sam must skip town, maybe forever. The town doesn't trust her. They think she's the one. So Sam's on her own, and alone she must run. But maybe, just maybe, she'll learn in the wild and return to that town to face the devil child. What a synopsis, man. I cannot
Horvath.
this.
It's Horvath.
Horvath. Absolutely amazing. Is it Horvath?
Yep, H-O-R-V.
Oh, Jesus, my dyslexic dickhead self. I do apologise, Patrick, if you're watching. Is there anything that we can't say about this? It's just looking great, isn't it? Hey?
Yeah, love it. And that cover's mint. I love that cover.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot wait for this. But, you know, Otsman Alawi, he's fantastic. A letterer. Awesome. He's done some serious
letterer in the business.
100%.
Yeah.
I think we noticed him on Chicken Devil, wasn't it, Andy?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Chicken Devil.
Yeah, Chicken Devil, and there was a few others before that. And he also done a magazine called, I think it was called Panels, I could be wrong. And he goes to...
Yeah.
And I actually haven't went up to meet him at any point.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those ones where you know, like, you feel like you already know him because you've seen so many books that you've read.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really elevates the writing in this.
But I'm very much looking forward to this. I can't believe and I think Edvic, God, I hope he has done another arc for this already. I hope so.
Bound you.
Yeah.
This could go on and on. Do this like a TV series, like Dexter the TV series, you know.
Yeah.
Little short 6-issue. Give us 1 6-issue run a year. Do you know what I mean? 6 months between.
I'm still interested to see how this is going to come to an end. Like, something's going to happen. But yeah, IDW killing it with this one. Then we've got, you picked this a couple of weeks ago. This is Uncanny Valley. So Oliver is a seemingly typical 12-year-old boy, except for a mysterious family history that seems to start and end with his mother and unexplainable powers, that is. He can do things other boys can't, to the point of landing him in some trouble. Baffled by surreal cartoonish nature of his abilities and followed by a murder of peculiar crows, the mystery behind Oliver's family history finally unfolds. Interesting. This is written by Tony Fleeks, obviously Stray Dogs and now Feral, and the acclaimed artist David Watcher from Punisher, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Discover what makes Oliver special and strange as he searches for his place in the world. You picked this I think you picked this for your FOC a few months ago.
It sounds really, really interesting. The artwork looks great. But I can't move past the fact that just, you know, it kind of hit me head when you're reading it again there, Charlie, how similar this is to something epic in terms of the premise.
Yes.
It's a bit on the nose. Do you know what I mean? It feels, it'll be interesting to read it and see how different it is.
Yeah.
But it feels very, very same.
Even the main character in the middle, the boy, is very much similar to the main character of Something Epic.
Yeah.
There's definitely a crossover there. Is it too close for comfort? I don't know. Is it going to live up? Is it going to be more cartoonish and characteristic of more playful and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's obviously characters in there that are from Disney films of old that we've kind of grown up on and stuff like that. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. Von Hoop, when Tony was interviewed on Between the Lines, he seemed way more excited by this than Feral. There we go. Something Epic meets Roger Rabbit winner. I am looking forward to this. I've got to say, I'm looking forward to this, and I think there's only 7 covers for this. One of my favourite ones is the Looney Tunes cover where they're kind of popping out of it, which looks interesting. Andy, something you're going to jump on, mate?
Definitely. I'm really intrigued. I think the synopsis sounds fantastic. And it's a little bit like Thundercat situation where I think my expectations have been set by Something Epic. And I don't know how you can improve that. So the only thing they can do is to try and meet that meet the bar that has been raised.
Yeah.
So am I just going down a disappointing route with this one? I don't know, but we will see.
Or is it they do something totally different and lure you in and then totally flip the switch?
Good.
Who knows? But it's Boom Studios. They kind of need something decent to come out of the woodwork. So hopefully. Moving on, we've got Invader Comics. This is by Eli Powell. This is called Steel. This is right up your alley, both of you. The follow-up to Eli Powell's brutal book Ravage. Did any of you read that?
No.
Right. When the sights and sounds of the snow-covered forest creep into the psyche of a hunter living alone in the woods, the consequences of his past actions begin to manifest as ghosts in the present. What's hidden in Steel between the trees? Living nightmares of his own creation, chilling and atmospheric, Steel tells a tale of loneliness, fear, redemption, death, and murder.
Oh, I like that. I don't think I've ever heard of Invader Comics.
I've never heard of them, and as usual, I kind of just sit on League of Comic Books, take off Marvel, take off DC, scroll right down to the bottom, and find the most awkward-looking comic. And this one, I was just like, this just looks wicked. This just looks like, for me, this looks like James from Comic Deal when he came out of the club on the second night of Thought Bubble.
Yeah.
Exactly. Instead of holding a knife, he was holding a bag. I think it was KFC or various Burger King burgers and kebab. But yeah, Eli Powell and art by Eli Powell. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's going to be black and white all the way through. Maybe, I don't know, but definitely one for me. Cool cover. Never even heard of Invader Comics, and never even heard of Invader Comics. To be fair, after this, I now want to read Ravage.
Yeah.
To see what that's about.
So Eli Powell's name rung a bell with me, and there's a book called Infernoct, Infernoct, that was done by Scout Comics.
Okay.
It's only a 4-issue run. It was back in 2017, and Eli done that book, and it's fantastic. I'd highly recommend it. So I'll definitely be jumping into this to see what it's like.
Oh, cool.
That was a really good book.
Yeah, I like this horror comic. So yeah, looking forward to that. Staying on the horror genre, we've got on the press, we've got Night People, issue number 2, written by Barry Gifford and Chris Condon, and the art is by Andre Trefikinji. I'm going to go with that. For some people, it's always midnight. From the minds of neo-noir icon Barry Gifford and Eisner award-winning artist who done The Good Asian, and Chris Condon, who done That Texas Blood, comes a stiletto sharp tale of desperation, fantasism, and murder in the American South. On an otherwise quiet street in New Orleans, a battle over abortion is fought between brother and sister evangelical preachers in an ever-escalating rivalry between their neighbouring ministries, the church on the one hand and the church on the other hand. As the long secret origin of brother Dallas Salt and sister Dally's sister's wrath threatens to erupt into scandal, a fanatical female assassin quietly plans to settle the differences once and for all by killing everyone with a furious display of violence aimed right at the heart of a national debate that couldn't be more personal. I'm not sure. I've just had a look at issue number 1, and issue number 1 seems pretty interesting. Like, to be fair,
Could you read that again for us, Charlie? I didn't quite catch.
No, not happening. Not fucking happening. But I've just realised, Andy, that issue number 1 of this you picked for one of your FOCs.
I did.
Did you end up reading it?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I'd give it like a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was. I think it was one of those weeks where, you'd read lots and lots and lots of stuff, and it's not a quick read. This one, you have to sit down and actually consume it and take it in, because it's one of those books that it's a thinking book. So after that, you're sort of, what I just read there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd definitely give it a go. But
okay.
Yeah, be prepared to.
And does it follow on from issue number 1, or is it separate stories?
It's not. It follows on.
Oh, okay, cool. Leon Russell has said, loneliness, fear, redemption, death, and murder. This sounds like the pick-me-up.
Sounds like you.
I've always been looking for it. It does sound like YouTube. There we go. I heard good things about issue 1, but never got round to it. I dropped this, didn't care for issue number 1, and thinking, fuck that.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's Night People issue number 2. Then we have Snaps.
Oh, yeah.
This is like quadruple deja vu I'm getting here. Have we not spoken about this
Yeah.
a billion
Yeah,
times?
yes. In the dead of night, Dr. Keith Harris is startled by a visit from his shaken childhood friend, Oliver, who shows him disturbing photographs of an otherworldly entity attacking a homeless man. Oliver insists that the abnormalities lurk unseen by human eyes, only captured through his camera's lens, and worse still, they are everywhere. Together, they're about to discover the chilling reason why. If there was ever a cover for me to pick this up and think, Huck, this is it.
Yeah.
I am all for this. This just looks. I can't even begin to imagine what the insides of this comic look like.
The art style on the cover reminds me a lot of, is it 30 Days of Night?
Yes,
that kind of style of artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
look,
onto this. This looks great.
He said, sounds like a good laugh. Creepy. And does anyone remember those little snaps you would throw at the yes, yeah, the little, and they go, yeah, the little bangers,
Yeah.
them little things, yeah. The
Little
fun
bangers.
snaps. There we go. Yeah, you can still pick
Fun
them up.
snaps, yeah.
Do you remember bomb bags? Does anyone remember bomb bags?
Yeah, that you press them and
They just
go up.
Yeah,
No?
yeah. You don't remember
Listen,
them?
see with the snaps, you would get like 1,000 in a box or whatever.
Yeah, tie them all together.
The real, like, East End of Glasgow boys would take them all together, put all the stuff into one big massive snap.
That's what
Mega
I did.
snap.
They have a bomb.
You could
Actually,
blow up
I-
a fly with one of them, couldn't you?
Tie them all together and put them in like a tight sandwich bag, and then just throw them and just watch it go, and then the bag would go up. Yeah, this is but yeah, bomb bags were wicked. The little pushing down, and then like foam and stuff would come out. Yeah,
Remember the little plastic rocket you would get, and you put a little paper cap in it, and
Yeah.
blow it up, and
do you remember that rucksack full of bombs you used to carry around as well?
Wow. Wow.
it's
There we
going
go.
very quickly.
Oh yes, there we go. Yes, lots of fun, those fun stats, but try getting them through an airport. Exactly. I mean, I've gone through Dublin Airport and had masking tape taken off me, so I can't imagine taking them little things through. True story. My best mate's 14-year-old asked for 100 boxes of fun snacks for his birthday. When you say friend, do you mean Mrs. Von Hoot? Is that what you mean? But yeah, this looks like all kinds of awesome, so looking forward to that one. And then last but not least, we got this. I'm very, very interested for this one. This is Overlook. This is Cullen Bunn's Body Bag, issue number 1. So, this is it. Let's find it. Body bag. Cullen Bunn's Body Bag. This is interesting. You'll like the premise of this. Cullen Bunn's Body Bag, the debut release of Overlook, will introduce the world to 4 new characters straight from the twisted imagination of the horror scribe. But which creature will invade your nightmares? 4 different tales of terror, 4 startling new monsters, 4 different approaches to the beast that go bump in the night. Each sealed body bag contains the chance to uncover alternative storylines and monsters. So tread lightly, hold your breath. There's no way of telling which monster you'll uncover until you unzip the body bag. With each monster, you'll see a very different story play out in gruesome and frightening ways. This is pure horrific fun on a page.
So you've got to buy multiple bags and try and hope that you get the full story. You may get duplicates.
I guess so. I just, like, when I was reading it, I was kind of like, you could potentially say you was going to buy one of these or 2 of them. You could potentially get the same story.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a pretty smart way of doing a comic. Do you not think it's kind of like, like when you buy them trading cards, you buy 4 or 5 packs thinking I'm going to get it. I want to read it because I'd like. Oh, he's had enough. Passport Comics is gone. There we go. He's gone. Andy, what do you think about this? You like Cullen Bunn?
Cullen Bunn's a fantastic writer. I'm not entirely sure about this concept, though. It feels as if it's kind of been done before, back in the 90s. And massive, they're Whatnot, effectively, that are putting this out. But it's like a mystery box. You're going to buy one just to see what's inside it. Is it work safe? I don't know.
I don't think I like this as a concept for comic books, mate. I mean, how much is a comic? How much are these? Maybe
This is $7.99.
Shut up. Really? It's not $7.99.
$7.99. So that's probably going to be about five quid.
But do you remember they done it for The Walking Dead 15th anniversary?
Yeah.
They done the whole.
That was different covers, wasn't it? It wasn't a different story. So this is in effect 4 different. You're looking for 4 different comics, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because it's 4 monsters. Each monster's got a comic.
Yeah.
So you want all 4, don't you? So
Yeah.
the chances of you looking on getting 4 individual books is pretty rare. You're going to end up with a load of duplication, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's pretty poor move, mate. That's a cash grab, I think.
Yeah. I definitely think, yeah, it could be. Yeah. Look, carrying on. Von Hoot was the kid in Al Qaeda. Yeah.
Oh,
Dr. Von Hoot, he didn't get them, and God knows what he wanted to blow up. If any of you pick that for cover of the week, I'm on subscribing. There we go. You got a good pop out of Miss Von Hoot there, Charlie. Nice one. There we go. That'll be all them snaps you fed her. It's a smart way of only writing one issue. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. Evening, Jimbo.
Guys, I just went onto Amazon and bought 500 fun snaps.
Have you really?
bring them to Thought Bubble. Bring them to Thought Bubble.
Bring them to fullback. Oh my God. If we can't get chucked out of Weatherspoons for singing for 7 hours, surely we can kind of raise the bar and sing while
We'll
throwing
throw them.
snaps to everyone.
We'll throw them at that man with the funny shirts.
Yeah. I reckon what Von Hoot should do is jump from the top step and just let them all go as he.
He'd be like Batman. He just lifts his cape, and then when he comes it down,
no.
or just a shower of them.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Done.
Shots on me. Shots on me. There we go. Done. That's it. That's the setup for next November Sunday. That's it. There we go. Killer trades and hardcovers for April 10th. Let's have a quick look at the vote, shall we? So in last place, it's me with 22%. In second place is Pete with 35%. And in first place, running along with it, is 43% of the votes is Mr. Handy. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Killer. So April 10th. Talking about Andy, he's on it again. He's got dark words this time. See a doctor about that one, mate.
I went for Star Wars Darth Vader Dark Droids edition, written by Greg Pak. Raphael in Echo is the artist. I don't know about you guys. I was kind of a hard push to pick a trade paperback and hardcovers for this week. But this collects Star Wars Darth Vader issues number 37 to 41. It's 112 pages, probably set you back about 16, 17 quid. For anybody who isn't a big Star Wars fan, this is where I send everybody to. So the original Star Wars volume, Darth Vader volume, and this volume, I can't recommend enough. I think it's superb. So I would highly recommend you give this a read.
I think I got to issue 3 or 4 and then just totally forgot about this. I didn't read all the interconnecting stories. I read the main mini-series. But like I say, I've not read the end of it, so I'll probably pick this up actually because I enjoyed the start.
Definitely recommend it.
For Star Wars, for me, it's another jumping on point. I don't know where the hell to begin. There's so many of them. I think it'd obviously be like just starting from the start, and I just think I've passed that moment now. I don't know where I'll jump on.
I'd recommend it's a little bit again like 2000 AD. It's like pick a character that you like, and then pick a storyline that's based on that character. That would be, and I think of all the sort of runs that Star Wars has done, this is probably the best.
Okay. Oh, cool. I might give that a go. Greg Pak's awesome as well. Like Greg Pak's done some really good stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. Again, I was hard pushed. DC vs Vampires Volume Number 2. This is kind of humanity lost the first battle. This is kind of picking it up where we've got the superheroes that are fighting against like a ravaged. Super certain heroes have turned around and become vampires and stuff like that. It's kind of. I enjoyed the first like run of comics. Pete, I think you read these as well, didn't you? This
must be either a reprint or a different version because I got this for Christmas. I can't remember. I might have got the hardback. This might be the paperback or something. But I've not read Volume 2 yet. I enjoyed Volume 1. Thought it was good fun. Not as good as Deceased, but it certainly was an interesting story. And there were some good twists in the end of that first paperback.
From issues 7 to 12.
Yeah.
The leaders of the last surviving resistance, False Green Arrow, Batgirl, and Supergirl, hatch a desperate plans to save the world or die trying. I enjoyed it. It's James Tynion. He's done some good stuff, and Matthew Rosenberg has done some really good stuff with like some superheroes over like the course of time. So yeah, this is probably one that out of everything that came out this week, this is probably one that I pick up. Andy, you're not really into like DC and vampires and stuff, are you, mate?
So DC versus Vampires. I think I bought the covers for this just for pure cover buys. It's
Yeah, there was
still
some
the new
cool
run.
covers, yeah.
So yeah, I have them, but I just never bothered reading them. Or just pure cover buys.
Yeah. Von Hooter said that last noise wasn't the fun snaps, it was my knees. That says he hits the floor over the 15-step jumping Weatherspoons. And then we've got, I bought all of these Dark Droids comics and still never even read them.
Some nice covers.
That's what I don't want to do. That's what I don't, jump on it and then just not get into it. Up next, this looks good, Peter.
Yeah, so I think was it you that's talked about this one previously? I can't remember if it was yourself or somebody else, but I've heard nothing but good things about this. I don't read a lot of non-superhero stuff, and then last year I started getting into my crime thrillers, like Brubaker and things like that. I don't think I've ever read a kind of a westerny kind of comic. So I just thought, I'll give this a go, see what it's like. I've heard nothing but praise about it, so I thought I'd pick this up. Just as a side note, just to mention, guys, I read the latest 3 issues of Zorro, Man of the Dead, written by the guy who wrote the
Murphy.
Did he write the Batman stuff? He's like,
Yeah.
White Knight,
Murphy, yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal, superb. I never thought I'd get back into a Zorro comic, but just tremendous.
Yeah.
So thought I'd read this because I've not read anything by this team, I don't think, for a while.
Jacob Phillips, he's got a brother, hasn't he?
Sean.
It's not Sean Phillips.
It is Sean Phillips, yeah. And what was the
I
comment?
don't know if they're related, but
what was the comment that they wrote together? I can't remember, but they've done. It's not known. Yeah, I don't think it's Department of Truth. Department of Truth is good. It's very selective on the artwork and stuff like that. But this, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, I think the cover's enough just to entice me to want to read it.
Have you never read Pulp?
No.
You should definitely read that. That's a fantastic read.
Yeah.
I don't think I've read that, but yeah, very, very good. Now, final order cut off top 3. Well, it's not top 3. I think we've got about probably 5 or 6 of them because there's quite a few out this week. This is obviously the final order cut off. The retailers, we say retailers, we mean Slab Crusaders. Every Sunday at 9 o'clock, he will shut the doors and no comics will be able to be bought or purchased for FOC because he needs to get the orders in and he needs to stay up past the 26 hours that he normally does to pack up all the comics, to fill out all the forms, to get the orders in. Up first. Up on for this one, Wonder Woman 9 DC Comics. This is cover 8 by Daniel Semper. This is a clear cover buy for me. When you see a good comic, you kind of it catches your eye. I see this 2 or 3 times and I was like, this keeps popping out at me. I just think this is great. But I really do. Yeah, I think Daniel Semper was the one that did the one a couple of weeks ago. I think, Andy, you picked the Wonder Woman, but he also did the other one where it's her and Superman and they've got like the American flag.
Yeah, I like that one.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Deadman has just said he has just bought issue 1 of Zorro, the Bemijo cover.
Nice.
So yes, well done. Another suggestion by Pete and another person we forced to buy comics and spend money on them. So why not? For Kevin and other people that haven't been in the show before, if you literally just scan that QR code, it will take you directly to Slab Crusaders and you can browse and buy comics until your heart's content. There's so much on there, so crack on and let them know that the Killer Comic Show sent you. So yeah, this one is out week 21, which is May the 21st. So this was my pick. You do it.
I mean, I have to be honest. I will read this, but this is purely a cover buy for me as well. I love a bit of Delotto artwork. I think this is a pretty amazing looking cover. I always enjoy his Wolverine. I've not seen much of his Deadpool before, but the way the arm is kind of being sliced into sections there just really jumped out at the sword through Wolverine's back and into his chest there. I just think that looks great. It's a nice looking cover.
Yeah.
And also the World War III. I like the imagery on that, the kind of the claw marks. Yeah. So yeah, just a cover by. Looks very cool. I'm not sure. I didn't spot that there was a Virgin for this. But a Virgin would be very cool if there's one out there.
It would be. Von Hoot has just said, I've heard Wonder Woman is excellent right now. Keep meaning to give it a go. I haven't read a good Wonder Woman comic since Daniel Warren Johnson's Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which was fantastic. But no, I've heard that as well. So yeah, I mean, there's only 9 issues, so it's not massively to jump on. Andy, mate, do you think you'll pick this up, give this a read, or?
I probably won't, if I'm honest. I do like some of Delotto's covers. Some of them I think are quite they're too dark. You can't actually appreciate some of the artwork that's in them. I found one of his sort of art books, and it shows you just his sort of pencils and early sketches and stuff. That you can tell he's such a good artist. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Here we go. Look, I've heard it's the best DC book going from multiple sources I trust.
So Efren over on Past Point Comics has been reading it. He's very, very into it. He's enjoying it a lot. He says it's a great story.
Okay, cool. So I'll give that a go. Wonder Woman. Oh, I've put my logo on it. I'm so sorry about that. This is Andy's pick. This is shocking. I can't take credit for picking this. This is fantastic. Andy, you sly dog. I wonder why you picked it. Who is it by?
I can't imagine why. It's by Jenny Person.
Have you got this as 9.8?
I haven't. I just went for the raw.
Yeah.
There's also 1 in 100 of this that doesn't have the trade dress, but I couldn't bring myself to pay that amount for it. I think there's been a couple of first-in covers that have come out recently at FOC, and they've been pure buys straight away for me. I think this in particular is amazing. I have the first Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider that she done, which I can't remember the year of it, but I've got that in 9.8, and it looks as if she's kind of based on the same style for this cover. I just love it. I think it's a great cover. It's a pure cover buy.
Yeah, 100%.
Not entirely interested in reading it. So
no, this is awesome, Pete.
Yeah, like it a lot. I like the imagery. Only thing I would say is, and again, this is just purely an artistic choice for me. I would have rather the headphones and the phone were a different colour. They're a bit samey to the background. It blends in a little bit.
fair.
But no, I love the character. I think it's a great image.
I think they would have popped more if they was the pink.
Yeah.
That would have been quite good. But yeah, Jenny Frisson knocked this one out of the park. You do indeed. Kevin says, I love Jenny's art. Ryan has said, nice. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely a buy for this. Slappity Ever After. So I'm loving that Scout Comics are doing the legacy thing. This was just a pure cover buy for me. I read this years and years ago. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And again, this is a Danielson pair cover A.
Nice.
Brian King.
Never heard of this.
This came out years and years ago. I think this came out in like 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading this. And it was superb. It was fantastic, because this is probably around about the time where I was getting really interested in the sort of indie comics.
Yeah.
Because I think this was one of the first releases for Scout Comics, if I remember correctly.
This came out January 9th, 2019. So only 3 years, like only 5 years ago.
Yeah, so it'd have been about 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
I started into the indies.
Yeah.
So yeah, good pick.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah. Pete, do you reckon you jump into this?
No, probably. Yeah, I will read it. I've never even heard of this, so never read the original or anything. So yeah, but a rabbit with a big knife. I'm there. Yeah, I'll read that.
Why not? Go for it.
Yeah.
The Scotty Young Big Marvel Bundle. So basically, what's Slab Crusader? This has been all over the news. Like, Scotty Young is absolutely knocking it out of the park with this. All the Scotty Young fans in the chat, all the Scotty Young fans around the world are going to go absolutely balmy for this, myself included. There's 27 comic covers, and each one is an individual character. They look awesome. They literally white background, the character popping out. This is the poster that you get with it. Slab Crusaders, James has done a fantastic deal, so you can get all of them for £82 raw stacked. You can get them all shipped for $89.99, and you can also get a CGC 9.8 guaranteed bundle for £1,000. That is still a pretty good price when you work on it.
That's an amazing price.
It's an amazing price.
For 27 guaranteed 9.8.
Yeah.
9.8s. This should be called the Killer Comics Scotty Young Big Marvel Bundle. This one. We spoke to James, and I was wondering what's the cutoff date for getting this order in, and I think he'd said it was like sort of the end of the month. End of this month. Yeah. So if anybody is considering that, it's just waiting to the next payday, like I am. Go to sort of the end of the month to put your order in, but I'll definitely be. I know, Peter, you'd said you're staying away from the sort of cover buys and things like this.
Yeah.
I think this will be the one that if you miss out, there'll be one or two of the books that get released that you'll miss out on, and I feel the FOMO will kick in, and I'll
100%. 100%.
So
That's it.
if you what is it, 82 quid divided by
Yeah.
27? What you talked about,
Yeah.
3 quid odd for a book.
Yeah, yeah. And these are going to fly. Like you can already see like the sellers on Evil Bay thinking, I'm just going to wait and wait and wait and then whack them all on, and you'll probably get like they'll be selling them for like £7-8 a book. But the FOMO for me will definitely be kicking in. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna have to be done because
£3, 4 pence per book if you get it stacked. You know, bagged and bolded and stuff like that. So I can just imagine them, you know, the 27 of them all arriving with the post and stuff like that. Just, you'll forget that you paid whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that is the big one. That is the big one. And then I've just picked a few other ones. John Boy Mayer's Venom Separation Anxiety. I'm looking for a good Venom comic to jump on. Hopefully this could be it. I think this kind of missed the ballpark in the last couple of issues that's been done. But this is John Boy Mayer's, one of ours. Looking forward. Awesome cover as always. And then we've got my eyes. Pete was saying when he shut his phone, he was like, my fucking thumb. But yeah, this is my eyes. This is the part of the show where we've shown you the amazing covers, we've shown you the amazing indie picks, we've given you our detailed, amazing reviews. We've gone through the FOC. This is time where we look at we kind of
been
set
reviews, haven't they? I mean, I don't know about detailed. And
all right, well, they've been good. I'm bigging us up here, mate. I'm bigging us up here watching.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Sorry.
This is the part of the show where we think, what the fuck have we done with our lives? Like, why would you want to buy? Who would want to go out and buy this shit?
Every single day.
Up first.
Good old Rob. Now. I'm a, you know, yeah. Why is he looking like he's squatting to take a shit on the cover? Why is he? Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of the trying to squeeze one out look, isn't it? The kind of the weird bent over thing going on there. Yeah, it's just fucking awful. It's just awful. I'm not a massive fan of Rob Liefeld's artwork anyway. At least there's feet in this, and the feet look okay.
Really? He's just basically, all he's done is put like a yellow tint on it and dropped it over the first appearance of Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
Look at his legs. It's like all over the place. The geezers think, he's literally dropped a bag of snaps and he's about to pick them up and he shit himself.
Yeah.
Guys, he's couldn't be any more wrong. This is I love Rob Liefeld's artwork. I think it's fantastic. I don't think this is the worst that we've ever seen.
Oh, it's not the worst. It's just it looks like it looks to me.
Is he making me feel uncomfortable?
Well, yeah, you know I'm a nurse, so I've seen my fair share of bodily fluids and excrement, and it looks to me like he's bent over there and shot out some explosive diarrhea all over that cover. He's like, and it's just covered it in yellow shit. Do you know what I mean? That's what that looks like to me. It's just awful.
You have to deal with more shit on a Saturday night.
I do. You're right. You're right. I do.
Okay. It gets worse, or does it get better? I'm not really sure how to do it.
It gets worse. Oh, bless.
Mate, there's not even a publisher for this. I can see why. This is horrendous.
What's going on there? What seriously, what is going... Who's seeing that? First of all, I'm thinking, ooh, Opal and Earl, that sounds like an interesting book. And then seeing that artwork and thinking, oh, I'll pick that up. That looks like it could be good fun. What's going on with the faces? Yeah, no, I
think he needs to have more than a word with himself. Honestly, right, I'm not going into a comic shop and going, I've been searching for this. This is something you see in a doctor's in a poster. Have you got the health syndrome? See your local GP. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah, look. All covers promoted you to buy them.
In fairness to Jasper, okay, having had a look at his Instagram, I think he's a fairly young chap. I would say that this is maybe his entry into the comic world.
Okay.
And, you know, it's all about progression, isn't it, boys and girls? It's about, you know, taking those steps. So Jasper, well done in getting your comic out there. That's all I'm going to say. Don't listen to these horrible people. They're monsters. Absolute monsters.
Are you Jasper, Andy? Is this a book you've published? Is this?
I've been called a lot of things, Peter, but never Jasper.
Don't you dare say wonder if there's
No, Fuzzy, but there is a foil, Fuzzy. There is a foil.
It's like they made it on Mario Paint. Tony Hart wouldn't put that on his wall.
Tony Hart, bless him.
I mean, I bet this. I don't know what to say. I can't go back on myself now. I feel a bit guilty, but it's no.
And this feels like a fanzine, like you would probably see this at the likes of Thought Bubble and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
did you buy it?
No.
I
think Andy would.
I'd have so much anxiety if Jasper started to speak to me about his comic that I'd probably buy too. In fairness.
This is okay. Yeah, enough. I mean, she's got an ear on the side of her cheek.
It's like Picasso.
Andy's made us feel guilty now, so I'm not going to say anything negative about him anymore. I'm just going to, no.
It's Picasso. It's yeah.
You open up Cullen Bunn's body bag. Kevin, what a comment.
Oh, there we go.
What a comment. Well done. There we go. Cullen Bunn, you have exerted yourself. Fuck me, man.
Well done, Jasper.
Jasper, well done. Well done, mate. Fuck me. Is that it? Right? If I'd put this after Deadpool, it would have looked like it shit this out. Pete, where the fuck are you finding this stuff?
I'm scared to say anything now, in case Andy says, I've been on his Instagram and it's a young 10-year-old who's doing it for a competition and he's got leukemia. But no, you slag his comic off. Do you know what I mean?
I actually think what's happening is that Peter's waking up at night in a nightmare and he's just getting a sketchbook and a pencil and he's just creating this stuff.
But, gentlemen, this is issue 33. So this has been 33 issues of that. That's a successful book, isn't it? Main cover. So there's more covers. There's more covers. I don't even know what it is. What is it?
These must all be connected. Like the previous one and this one, it must be connected in some way. So whoever the publisher is must be publishing like young people's artwork, and you've just destroyed it. You horrible monster. It's shocking, man.
Jesus, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to move on. Look, there's a stray blue biro line.
Oh yeah, no, I noticed that.
Oh, no, it's worse.
Jesus.
Where was the editor?
Right, Andy, is this done by a one-armed orphan or anything like that? Am I allowed to say bad things about this one? Or?
Well, you heard of that one-armed orphan publishing? This just we all rock up to Thought Bubble, right?
They're all there waiting for me.
We're taking the piss out of just sort of standing in a line. Going,
Fuck me.
Okay, this one I'm not a big fan of this kind of computer animated style, and I just think it's cack.
Huge. Sanchez is only 16. My God.
And his dog's just died. You monster. I just think it's awful. It's cack. Move on.
Okay, we'll move on. Fuck me.
Oh, Andy, how dare you? I know Rose. She's just been through a traumatic surgery, and now you're talking shit about a comic. You beast.
Was the surgery on her hands when she was peeing?
She had to draw this with her teeth.
It looks at what's happened is she's drawn it and it's been spectacular, and then she spilt a pint of water on it.
Yeah.
And she just submitted it. That's
yeah, this isn't great. This is oh my god, there's a
Everybody
1 in
liked this in the
100 of
chat. Was
this.
it just me that thought this was horrific?
Well, do you know what? I'm a big fan of Rose Besh. I like some of the stuff.
Yeah.
This, for me, I was just like, is this even Rose Besh? I was trying. She was seriously having an off day. Like, his tongue's not even connected to his mouth. Yeah, this is shocking.
Is this not like the second Venom book that we've picked for this segment?
I think,
I think it is.
Third. There we go, Ron Hooters dig it. Yeah, but you're just disturbed. Jesus, you've probably just bought 4 issues of Opal and Owl. Bloody hell. Yes, hideous this. Absolutely shocking. What? Again, what the hell, right? So I picked this last week, Spider-Punk Arms Race. This is the second printing. The first one wasn't wasn't bad enough, so they thought, what we'll do, we'll put out another pile of shit. This is a 1 in 25 Ian Bertram Virgin variant. No.
I had a friend who had fingers like that.
What is that? That is horrendous.
I'm just drawn to his crotch area. That's a very...
You and me both, Peter.
It's yeah.
Stylized, I think, is the word that we're
Yeah.
looking for.
It looks almost ribbed. Do you know what I mean?
Look at them limbs. It's just
Ribbed.
fucking. What is this? It's horrendous. I'm so glad this is the last one because this is so bad. Spider-Man Arms Race. Timestamp that. There we go. Timestamp that. There we go. Crotch. We will do that.
So, should we pick should we ask the chat what's the worst in their opinion? Because we've picked a good few there.
The chat. What is going to be the worst one of this week? Let us know. I think I'll know which one. It's got to be.
And then we can post it up on our socials and hashtag it.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yes. So this is that's the second printing. There we go. Spider-Punk book is horrible. This cover is so fitting. There's no winner here. Only losers. There we go. Right, now we're on the Killer Comic Show sneak peek for next week. This is where we pick 4 comics and they will go into the vote at 11 o'clock. And you'll be able to pick what comic you want to review it next week. Up first, we've got Andy. You picked Geiger, didn't you?
I did indeed. Yeah, I picked Geiger. So this is the return of the original series. And I believe it's an ongoing series, this one. And it's part of that sort of ghost thing that we were talking about, Ghost Machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd give it this a go.
Peter?
Peter?
Deadpool #1. A new relaunch, probably because there's a movie coming out. So I thought I always try to give at least the first issues a go just to see what they're like. That said, I'd much rather people voted for Geiger and Rook because I'm interested in reading them.
Stop influencing the chat.
I am. I can't help it. That's
Jesus. He gets a box some Diamond Select toys and he thinks he can influence everybody.
See, this is it. Minor Threats. This is the one I've gone for. Minor Threats. I can't find it now. But I see it. It looked pretty cool. I'm going to find issue #1.
is it age appropriate? I mean, that tagline, "the fastest way down," sounds a bit dodgy.
I don't know. That's
Only you could have spotted that. Only you could have spotted
just shocking.
that.
Just shocking. That's cover B, by the way. Cover A was even more inappropriate. B, I'm not. I just see it. It struck me. I thought, yeah, why not?
I do like their Rubik's Cube bag or satchel. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I also went for Rook Exodus because I really want you two to read it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And it seems the chat is looking that way as well. What is it? There's no one is here. Fuzz is correct. Deadpool is mince. Geiger and Rook are the ones. Agreed again. Geiger. There we go. So obviously the vote will be live at 11 o'clock. You can just place your vote over on the
So, sorry, Charlie. So for those of you that have read Geiger, then, excuse me, do I need to go back and read the first series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah.
25 issues or something, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's all falling into like the ghost element type of thing. So we'll be looking forward to that. Then we're here already. This is the Killer Comic Show covers winners. So in last place is me with 17%. In second place with 31% is Peter, and in 52% in first place, he's run away with it. It's Andy. Bang, bang, bang. There we go.
Well deserved.
Peter. I'm catching
Well
up.
deserved.
It's catching up. I'm just gonna quietly just watch from the back.
In fairness, whoa, seriously. But look at those covers, boys and girls. I mean, there's
Yeah.
been some beauties, and we're only at the start of April, so
Yeah. There's been some good ones. Yeah, Von Hoot said, "No, you could go in blind, but I'd highly recommend all of Gaga." There we go.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We will do that.
until the bit that it went up to, but I'd recommend Geiger. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about here? My mind went.
You can go in blind. That's it.
Bad
And
place.
where can we find everyone? So
Well, I believe that you can find me at perpetual.comics on the Instagram, and I very rarely go on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it. So get me on Instagram and follow me and stuff like that. That would be great.
And you can find me on Instagram. I haven't really got anything on there. Kind of lost the interest to post on there and stuff after my account got hacked. But I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to get some stuff back on there. And then obviously you can find us over on Twitter with the Killer Comic Show. And then I don't think anyone needs to know where they can follow Peter because he's signing autographs. He's doing this. He was on BBC, ITV, YouTube, streaming. Where can they find you, Pete?
Over on Instagram and YouTube, and also over on One Good Scare Show. And we've got our live show tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. So check that out.
Look at that. Von Hoot is still going on. I'd highly recommend reading Geiger Ground Zero, 1 and 2, and they sort of give you the broad strokes. I bet they do.
Young man.
So, you know, has anyone got any pickups? I enjoyed this part of the show. Has anyone got any pickups?
We can chill out. We can relax now. Like that's the hard work done.
I'll show off the stuff that I showed off last night, just in case anybody
please
didn't
do.
see it.
Keep the top
So-
on this time, Pete, please.
I got see what
Keep the
you don't want
top
to see my moves. I got sent a freebie box from Diamond Select Toys. No idea why. It was very nice of them. I got this Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Have you bought anything from them before? He never had no interactions with them or anything.
I mean, I have bought stuff from Diamond Select, but not from Diamond Select. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So another just same as this. So Jean-Claude Van Damme action figure comes with chairs and bottles and screaming head.
Cheers as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. This is sexy. Ugh. This is Captain America, and you get the two different variations of his shield and his headdress. So you can have the kind of the original version and the more modern version. So quite like that. And then this, I've taken out the box because I've decided I'm keeping this. This is because the rest of that stuff, by the way, is going to go to the charity auction. I'll give that to the next time we do a charity auction. But this is a turtle PVC statue
That's cool.
of Michelangelo.
You love PVC, don't you?
You just
I
do a
love a
close
bit
up
of
of that,
PVC.
Pete. The detail of that looks wicked.
It's really cool. I've not had any Diamond Select statues before. This is PVC. It's quite weighty. It's an interconnecting one. So if you get the other three, so you know they might know what they've been doing Diamond Select because now I've got this. I need to buy the others because I think it's probably I reckon roughly 1/6 scale. So it'll fit with my collection. Do you know what I mean? So I'll get the others to go along because we looked
And
at
is
a
there
couple
only
in.
4 of them? Is it? There's only
Yeah, it's the four,
of them,
just the 4 turtles. Because we looked at similar ones, didn't we, Andy, when we were in Dublin? From
really expensive.
I can't remember who the maker was. Was it Iron Studio or something?
Yes,
Studio,
it's the ones from
Yeah,
Zaddy, and they're expensive.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're 1/10 scale. So this is about 1/6, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, really like that. That's a sexy Michelangelo. And there we go.
Awesome. Andy, I'll go. Let me go next because I've only got one thing. I've literally only got one thing. I'm going to save the best till last. I've only got one thing. It finally arrived.
How about go then?
It's the trade paperback of
Oh,
something.
nice.
I cannot wait to sit down and read it. I'm up to date on it, but I just want to sit down because there's some wicked stuff in this. Like I'm literally.
Is there many extras in the book?
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in this. Like some extra additional drawings and art pieces and stuff. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and just digesting that again because Simon Kudronsky is an awesome guy, very busy. We talk about how David Nakayama's actually on everything. Simon Kudronsky is absolutely killing it with what he's doing.
It's amazing.
So yeah, looking forward to sitting down and reading that. Now, last but not least, Andy, over to you, sir.
Guys, it's 25 to 11 and I got my Stackery delivery.
Oh
so,
shit!
yeah, buckle up, boys and girls. So we'll start with Masters of the Universe. I needed issue number 3 to complete the 3-issue run, so I was delighted to get that. A little bit of itchy and scratchy comics, tickling that nostalgia, and it has the poster complete as well.
Very good.
And I believe that this is the newsstand edition of this book.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of nostalgia, went for Police Academy, issue number
Still
1.
Police Academy.
And
That's cool.
it's a new stand, so
Oh,
that's
wicked.
reasonably rare as far as I'm been led to believe. And it's in nice condition. That was from mycomicshop.com, if anybody's wondering. No? Okay, cool. So it went for World of Warcraft, issue number 1.
Cool.
So this was a 2-issue run. And I think the other issue is the hard to find one. It's a Jim Lee cover, early Jim Lee.
Okay.
So got this. Went for Predator, Judge Dredd versus Aliens. So you might remember I showed off the black and white variants.
Yeah.
So this is the issue number 3 that I needed for the coloured version. So that's me get the full run of that. And every cover was done by Glenn Fabry of
Nice.
fame. Star Wars. Picked this up reasonably cheap. This is Star Wars Droids issue number 1, and it's a kind of a like spot gloss.
Okay.
Like when I actually touched C3PO, I do apologize. It's kind of a like spot gloss on the cover, which is pretty cool. So this one was just because it's such a hard book to find.
Nice cover.
This is Nightwing 118, but this is the second print. So this is obviously a jock cover, but it's quite hard to get this, and it's a reasonably expensive book, and it came up on my comic shop for next to nothing. So I bought.
Andy Deadman's asking how many issues were in the Police Academy series.
6, I believe. Deadman, as far as I remember. Yeah, 6.
Did you have 3 copies of the same book there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
No, because I was reading the comments, so I just saw you flicking through, so I didn't see what you were doing. So you had 3 copies of it, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Just because it's so difficult to get.
Yeah,
you know what? I'll make it even more difficult for everybody else to get. They have to come to me.
Exactly.
I went for Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 1, the Scott Young book. So
I think I think I picked that up not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fairly difficult book to get in the UK because I think they'd done something wrong with the printing. So I had to get these ordered from the US. So then I put that one.
Nice.
John Tyler Christopher, Star Wars issue 44, I think this one is. This was a website exclusive that he brought out. So I picked up the raw copy, and I also went ahead and picked up this. So signature series 9.8. And the great thing about John Tyler Christopher's signature is that he makes it really, really minutely small. But yeah, delighted to pick this up. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I might put this up for sale. I'm not too sure, but we'll see how it goes. My good friend Chris Bell, I picked these up for him. He's a big USA Agent fan, so I picked up issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4 for him. So those will be getting sent to him soon.
I remember reading that series, Canny.
It's a good read, actually. Yeah, and it still holds up even in the modern day. I went for Wonder Woman. This is the Adam Hughes variant, and this is a beautiful copy. I picked this up for a good price, so I was happy with that. You can tell us who the first appearance that is.
Rogue.
Indeed. So, not the greatest of covers in the world, but it's just one that you have to have in your collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, if you're going down that route. I picked up another couple of copies of the Sonic the Hedgehog supplement.
Oh, cool.
And I've got another one on the way. What a Whatnot seller was selling the comic for like £1. I couldn't say no. I got What If the Punisher
Nice.
had killed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Love that cover. This is a really hard book to get for the Bisley fans out there. It's Batman and Lobo. True paperback.
Yes,
so it's like a prestige format almost. So this was a really low print run. So I was happy to pick this up. 2000 AD Rogue Trooper, favorite 2000 AD character, so I picked that up. And this is probably the most special one that I picked up in my opinion because it's so difficult to pick up. This is a newsstand copy of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So the difference being is it's 1.95 cents normally on here.
Okay.
All the newsstands had $1.50.
Okay.
So this is like a hen's teeth book type one.
Pulp Fiction homage.
Pulp Fiction homage. Let's not go into that homage talk.
Yeah,
That's the last time.
Yeah.
You like a little bit of Delotto, don't you?
I do.
So I picked this up.
Oh yeah, nice.
So this is part
Some
of
of his early work, isn't it?
Sex and Violence run. So I think there was three issues of this. So this was the one that I needed to get to fill up that. And then I picked up Camelot 3000 Deluxe Edition.
Nice. Yeah, great book.
Just simply because it's Brian Boland.
Have you read it?
Brian Boland's work? No, haven't read it.
Read it, Andy, and then we'll do a review or something because it's one of me and Efren talk about this book a lot. It's one of my.
Yeah.
I remember reading it years ago and absolutely loving it, but I need to go back and reread it to make sure it stands up. If you know what I mean. But the artwork in it is amazing. It's a great story.
Cool. No, yeah, definitely do that. I know people are bold of these, seen these probably, but this is Brian Boland covers. So
They're cool though, man. Like they're all
I love them. They're great. This is issue number 98. So I pick up specifically Brian Boland, Cam Kennedy, and Carlos Esquerra covers. So these are just a few that I picked up. This is number 39, which is a Brian Boland cover. And it's
nice, I like that one.
Good condition. And this
they go yellow easy them, don't they? That's the issue with them.
And it's the artwork at the back. I love it.
Yeah,
that's old school, man. They look wicked.
Some Batman Judge Dredd magazine format.
I love that story. Yeah.
It's Batman Special Edition magazine issue.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I had that back in the day.
How cool is that?
I mean, there's no Otto and Ethel.
Batman Judge Dredd magazine. I got the 2 copies, so those 2 issues.
Nice.
And last, but certainly not least, I got some Judge Dredd and Lobo magazine action.
Nice.
Lobo's wicked, man. I think he's such an underestimated character.
Back of the cover.
Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that was my stackery delivery today, which was like Christmas. Yeah, just wanted to.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, that has been a much longer show than we normally do, but it's been thoroughly enjoyable. Absolutely loved it. Massive shout out to Otto and Ethel, Opal and Earl. Massive shout out to them. Massive shout out to every single one of you that's enjoyed it in the chat and has been very active. So thank you very much for staying with us for an hour and 45 minutes. And massive shout out, most importantly, to you two. Love spending time with you on a Thursday. You make my Thursday so enjoyable. So thank you every single week for investing the time in the show and investing the time in sitting here as we talk absolute gibberish for an hour and 45 minutes. So thank you very much. It's been thoroughly enjoyable.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. So yes, make sure you check us out next week. Make sure you check out Peter's show tomorrow. Then the Saturday night sessions, isn't it, Pete? As normal.
Yeah.
Standard. And then, you got anything else planned this weekend? You're going to go live or on a Sunday, maybe?
Not that I've got planned, but that means nothing. We could just go random shits and giggles, couldn't we? We're not sure.
Are we gonna get a new tour of your cabinets and stuff?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Once I've got them sorted, I'm going to do another room tour thing.
Well, Chop, you haven't put out a video in the last 24 hours, so I think we need one.
No, I haven't. You're right.
So,
You're
up
right.
the game, mate. Come on. Don't rest on your laurels now. You've got to keep up this momentum, Peter.
I'll up me game. Yeah.
But it's been fantastic. Andy, have you got anything to say before we sign off for the evening?
Have a lovely week, ladies and gentlemen. Be kind, and if you can't be good at it.
Love that. Right. Not sure what else to say. Opal and Ethel. See you later.
Bye.